The year was 1964, and lots of things were happening in the world. The U.S. Congress authorized the Vietnam War. Nelson Mandela was sentenced to prison.
Dr. Martin Luther King won the Nobel Peace Prize. The Civil Rights Act was signed. The Rolling Stones released their debut album. Beatlemania was at its peak, with the band holding the 5 top spots in the Billboard charts with a total of 13 singles all at the same time. And Cassius Clay won the World Heavyweight title from Sonny Liston.
A stamp only cost 5 cents. A loaf of bread was 21. And the average U.S. income was $6,000. The British and French announced the tunnel under the English Channel. For the first time ever, residents of Washington, D.C. were allowed to vote in a presidential election. And the World's Fair was held in New York City.
But most importantly, Ford started production of the Mustang in March of 1964. Yes, March of 1964 was the start of something great. In the first hour of production, Ford pulled 3 Mustangs from the line. They are documented as being sequence numbers 240, 241, and 242. These 3 first hour of production Mustangs had been selected to pace the Indy 500.
The cars did not go straight to Indy. All 3 were shipped to Holman Moody, the noted race car builders in Charlotte, North Carolina. Once the cars were inspected and the new model tested, it was determined that the factory-installed 260 V8 would not produce the power necessary for the car to reach 140 miles per hour, the required speed for pace cars. The suspension and cooling systems also lacked the stamina for pace car duties.
With Ford's blessing, Holman Moody replaced the engines with detuned 289 engines developing 450 horsepower. These motors were in development for the renowned GT40 race car program. They then substantially enhanced the suspension and cooling system before delivering the cars to the Indy track. In the end, only 2 of the cars were completed, and 1 developed problems on race day.
Here you see number 241 clearly on the door tag of the Mustang in this photo taken in 1964. This other view shows the number 50 located on the mirror. This same car can be clearly identified in many other 1964 track photos. Here we see 33 Indy cars being led on their pace lap by car number 241.
Here you can see Henry Ford's grandson, Benson, behind the wheel of the pace car. Benson Ford is visible in much of the 1964 Indy 500 imagery.
Number 241 was given to Sebring Speedway for use as a lap car. Rumors and folklore lean toward the unfinished car being sold for parts. The remaining pace car either went to A.J. Foyt or Firestone. There are stories for both. The car that Foyt had was allegedly totaled by his housekeeper.
Number 241 served lap duty at Sebring for many years, then was eventually used as a loan-out car for drivers racing at Sebring. Finally, it was put out to pasture in a storage garage.
The current owner rescued the car from its exile, cleaned it up, repainted it, and remarked it with Indianapolis insignia instead of the Sebring badging. It was restored to the condition you see in these photographs. Then it went off to the show circuit. Seen here are some of the judging sheets from over the years.
Here you can see some of the plastic models and die-cast cars that this outstanding new car inspired.
All by itself, being a surviving, documented, first hour of production Ford Mustang makes this a very rare and unique car. Being the only known surviving pace car of the 1964 Indy 500 is also an extraordinary and distinctive quality in its own right. Then you have the amazing fact that Benson Ford, the grandson of Ford Motor Company founder Henry, was the driver of the pace car that year. The three together in one automobile? Well, that has never happened before, or since. There is nothing to compare this legendary piece of automotive history to.
For Mustang's upcoming 50th anniversary in the 2014 model year, this automobile needs to be in a museum or large collection where it can be better appreciated by the public.
This car is currently being offered for sale. All research, documentation, awards, judging sheets, accessories, and models seen in these images will be included with the Mustang for the next owner of this one-of-a-kind piece of Ford and Indianapolis history.